South Korean farmer Shim Chung-taek in the country's Apple County fears he's being sacrificed to appease the US and support the country's manufacturing sector. He's been growing apples for decades in Cheongsong in the country's southeast, where apples are renowned for their flavor and are often given out in gift boxes during national holidays. But as Washington placed punishing tariffs on cars, steel, and other key exports, South Korea's trade minister last week suggested Seoul could, as part of a deal to ease or remove tariffs, make concessions on some agricultural imports. For Shim and other apple farmers who account for about a third of the roughly 14,000 households in the sleepy rural area, they worry their way of life is under threat.
엄청나게 쌉니다.
US apples are very cheap. We can't compete with them. It's like putting a university student in a fight against an elementary school student. There's no way to win.
Shim also says it's impossible to find alternative crops to grow in the mountainous area. Apple farmers already face a host of other problems, from climate change to an aging population and wildfires, which have led to rising costs, smaller harvests, and higher prices. Any opening up of the sector would increase pressure on them. Mayor of Cheongsong County, Yoon Kong-yi, says it's unreasonable for South Korea's agricultural sector to be sacrificed for the US trade deal.
미국 같은 경우는 그 광활한
If we surrender to the overwhelming pressure of agricultural imports from a vast and powerful country like the United States, who in Korea would still be willing to work in agriculture? Farming is not just an industry, it's a lifeline.
오늘날까지 대한민국 사과가 이만큼
Korean apples have grown and thrived until now, so to suddenly import them under some external pressure seems highly unreasonable to me.
South Korea has taken steps to open its market. It's now the top buyer of US beef and the sixth biggest destination for US agricultural exports overall. Still, Washington has complained about persistent non-tariff barriers. US market access requests for apples made in 1993 are still being reviewed by South Korea's quarantine agency more than 30 years after they were filed. It sparked calls by Washington to speed up the approval process for a range of fruits and potatoes. Choi Seok-yong, a senior advisor at a law firm, was a former chief negotiator for the Korea-US free trade deal. He says it was hard to view the delayed quarantine process as, quote, rational based on science and international norms.
At the same time, while protecting agriculture does shield farmers, it also means ordinary consumers don't get to enjoy cheaper foreign agricultural products.
Agriculture has emerged as one of the sticking points in US trade talks with South Korea and Japan. Tariff talks have already sparked protests from farmers' groups, with more to come and with much at stake for farmers like Shim.
This is an agricultural war. It's like Trump saying, let's go to war over agriculture. We have the power, so open up your market to our farm products. Who's going to die? It's us.
우리가 죽잖아요.